Yeah, I'm a little bit early, but here we go. Let's get back into the right spot. Yeah, I'm a little bit early, but here we go. Let's get back into the right spot. Hello, everybody. Today I really wanted to talk about my white privilege. But there's just a small problem. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. Okay, stop the music. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, P. Dog Night. As always, I've got my cup of reparations coffee, and I'm about to go. So, and when I say go, I mean right here. We're gonna start right here. So, good morning. Let's say hi to everybody. Got a nice I got a full counter of people at the bar. Welcome, Seamus Derby, who was first today. Smarty Bear, Diesel Dave, Sarah C. Thomas, a.k.a. Corbin, Lord Rothschild, nice to see you here. All you need. Man, I got a full house, man. Someone else, Richo. I'm going to learn how to pronounce that someday. Tyler F. And that seems like, man, we just rolled in. People are already going in the chat. So, lots of things going on this weekend. I really was hoping it'd be kind of quiet. I mean, the NAACP Image Awards were this weekend. We had a couple really active hashtags this weekend, and I went on Monkey in the Morning, did a show on Saturday morning. We got on there, and then when I got off that, everything started blowing up. And the one hashtag in particular that blew up, I mean, just went crazy, was my white privilege. Now, here's how that came about. There was a gentleman, his name's Black Aziz Anansi. Is Free Your Mind Kid. By the way, whenever we talk about people on Twitter, I implore you. I don't ever do this so that people get hassled. So you can maybe put your own 2 cents in, but don't hassle people, especially not on my behalf. Because that's not why I do this. I just like to bring up people who put things on Twitter. And this guy actually, it was an interesting question that he put up. Let me see if I can find his. I don't know if I can find his original one, but basically he was asking people to, tell us about the thing you got away with or the most outrageous things you did. That just gives an example of my white privilege. And Sarah, I see what you did there. I did not. No. I know you're just joking, Sarah. Don't harass people. But so anyway, this hashtag, and thousands of people were talking about this, and it's just that maybe my thoughts are different on this than most of the woke crowd. I just, you have privilege just being here. You have there. I mean, the idea that, and let me put this. I'm trying to be delicate here. I'm trying. just trying. The opportunities that we have are often a manifestation of what you believe as far as your own drive and abilities. And there's not a whole lot that can stop you from a lot of things. Now, yes, there have been plenty of just messed up things that have happened in our history. And I get that. I know that as well as anybody. Knowing my own personal family's history that I grew up with, even knowing the history of the family that I didn't grow up with, my birth parents, knowing their histories too. But when I think about how we are so focused right now on every tiny little minutia of what could be negative and not focusing on the things we can do, it drives me insane. So if you're constantly telling a population in this country that they're being beat down, and you show every example possible of that, not saying that those examples shouldn't be shown, but only showing people these same things over and over and over, you instill a sense of hopelessness that they can't do anything in their life. Constantly telling people that someone else is trying to hold you down when nobody's trying to hold you down. Anyway, let me go. Let's get into this. I'm gonna just get into this a little bit because it became originally people were coming up with all kinds of stories, and I find that were I know I don't. Everyone has a different experience, but some of the things that for a lack of a better term, the white people who put their white privilege up were things that I thought of, and I'm like, Jesus, I've done that. I've gotten that. I've had. Let me give you an example. There were a lot of examples about how got stopped by the police for this and that, and then the police, after they talked to me, let me go. Okay, so until recently, when I decided that I'd like pickups better than passenger cars, I used to drive a Lexus XC300. Now they're not great sports cars. Basically a Celica with a Lexus plate on it. But it was a black Lexus SC300 with, I had some nice rims, 18-inch wheels on it, and it looked rather sporty. It had my windows were tinted, and I bought it that way because it was used, but it was just a nice looking car, and the window tint was a little bit darker than the legal limit where I live. And being a black man driving in, I live in a suburb that's mostly white. I mean, there's some black people in the suburbs here, but then mostly white. And I had a taillight out. And I took a left turn coming towards my house, and beep, 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 police lights come on. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I wonder if I had to think hard. What could he be stopping me for? Because I turned on the green light, did that right. I wasn't speeding, but I got a tail light out. And he pulled me over. I said, hey, how you doing? How's your night going? He said, well, it's okay. And then something about, are you stopping me for this and that? I'm like, or license or registration? Okay. I'm like, okay. Or license. Because in Minnesota, they don't ask for your registration. They just ask for your license. It's all in the system based on your driver's license and insurance. And I gave them both. And I'm like, here you go. And he goes down, checks everything. He comes back. Oh, he said, yeah, you got a taillight out. Oh, and I said, okay, I guess I'll have to get that fixed. And I was polite to him. He was very polite to me. He said, well, just get it fixed. We'll see. You know, I see you must be on your way home because I see you live in the area. Okay, cool. And that was it. Now, maybe if I were drunk, yes, I got that, sir. I heard it. I'll get there. But I've had police encounters where I've been speeding. And my first question is always the officer, hey, how's your day going? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm okay. And, you know, do you know why I stopped you? I said, well, yeah, I know. I was speeding. I was playing the odds. I should probably slow down. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, let me check your license or check whatever. And came back and he said, okay, well, just slow down, sir. Keep going. Okay, I got out of the ticket. No one searched me. No one did nothing. Now, that's not everyone's experience. I know that there are people who have bad experience with police officers. But I'll bet you 9 times out of 10, it's when you are rude to them or you lie to them. So, for example, when I was in college, I remember the last time I stopped driving. I got pulled over for speeding, and I was speeding. I knew I was speeding. But then I made that lame excuse everyone makes. Oh, I really wasn't paying attention. I must have. What's the speed limit here? I played like I didn't know what the hell's going on, and they gave me the ticket. Because they always do when you do that. But I've kind of learned that if you just say, if you know you're speeding and this officer stops you, be super nice. Ask them how their day's going. And if they asked you to know why I stopped you, I said, yes, I was going 82 in a 70 mile an hour speed zone. I realized I was doing that. I was just playing the odds, and I got caught this time. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to give you the ticket. But I want to read some of these. But before I do that, I do have a super chat via Streamlabs, which Sarah has put in the chat, and it's down below in the description if you haven't seen that. I'm not monetized with YouTube, and I may never monetize with YouTube, but I will always have Streamlabs. If you want to do super chats, I will read those. And there, Lord Bear, no way, Lord Bear, you filthy peasants do have privilege. The privilege of not being shot by cutlery from my blunderbuss. You're welcome. That's my best imitation of Lord Bear. That's all I got. Thank you, Lord Bear. Love you, brother. Lord Bear, you are the best. Welcome to the show. I am honored, completely freaking honored that Lord Bear is in my chat today. So thank you so much. A couple more people show up. Hey, Cracked, you're here when I'm on. Nice. And Blind Press, good morning, my dear. Diesel Dave, I don't know if I said hi to you. Damn it, Chadwick Dupree is here. Awesome. And if I missed anybody, MC. I need some parachute pants for MC. Okay, not that MC. MC Hammer. Anyway, and Johnny Hellcat. So hello, everybody. Okay, so I really do. I gotta look at some of these. Now, right now though, the top ones tend to be either funny or sarcastic. They've grown. They've grown significantly since I did this. So let's just take a look at a few of these. This is not trending today. It's not even the top 20 today, but you know what? It was number 1 the entire day Saturday from about noon my time on. So we're just gonna take a little perusal. Hello, Necro. Hi, Reason Vision. Hey, everyone's rolling in like crazy. I love it. Good morning to you who just got here. We're talking about my white privilege. I put my Twitter privilege, but anyway. So, and yes, I do have my reparations coffee. All right, let's take a look at a couple of these. Now, this one's interesting because, okay, so this is white privilege, my white privilege, no such thing. Showing people living in a rusty old shack. Dusty. I should say dusty old shack, but my white privilege doesn't exist. You know, I understand the concept of white privilege. But, you know, I would love to think that there are all kinds of people who have it hard, and it's not, and there's plenty of, believe me. I'm biting my tongue right now. The media arrested judgment to defend Jussie Smollett. The media arrested judgment to convict Nick Sandmann. White privilege, question mark? You know, it's funny because it almost seems like if you have something, right now, if you cannot get away from the demonization of white people, and I don't think that's what the balance. It's got to balance out sometime soon, or we're gonna have real problems in this country. I know that everyone wants to be mad about a lot of things, but this, I don't know. It drives me insane. I don't get it. My white privilege is the most fucking stupid thing I've heard in my life. Okay, funny how many imaginary my white privilege I got away with stories, or rather, my female privilege stories. That's the other thing. I do want to find some of these that I just laugh about a little bit. But go on, frame it in a way that suits your ideology. Yeah, a lot of these my white privilege stories are women mostly, and I sometimes it's, you know, my I don't know. I have boobs privilege or something. I mean, you know, my hot chick privilege. That always happens. Let me check the quick super chat here, or is it a subscriber? By the way, if you're not subscribed, please do. Oh, Lord Bear! You peasants always go on about the law. Why don't you do what I do and buy a constable? Then fire him. Ha ha! Lord Bear. Thank you, Lord Bear. You are the king. The king. A $2 super chat from Lord Bear. Thank you. You can do that through Streamlabs down in the description below, or one of my mods will gladly put it in the chat for you if you'd like to have the super chats read. Okay. My white privilege. White privilege doesn't mean your life hasn't been hard. It means that your skin color isn't one of the things making it harder. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're trying to go, where you're trying to go with that. But your skin color isn't one of the things that makes it harder. Maybe it does for some. Maybe if you internalize that thought, if you internalize that as your mindset, then yes, it's absolutely going to do that, because everything that goes against you is going to be because of your skin color and not necessarily because of what you can and cannot do. You know, oh my God, I just can't do it. Hi, Math Queen. Hello there. All right, so let's just continue. I'm going to go down these. I want to find one that okay, now there's plenty of black folk in here that pissed off about this too. Yeah, we're going to get into Nipsey Hussle too, but the hypocrisy, contradiction, this white man's world and rest of us wicked pawns of something. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, whatever. Moving on, because we'll get into him later. This world is so damn sensitive. You say my white privilege exists, then people get up in arms because they feel disrespected. Then they turn around and make my black privilege to make people mad like them. Can y'all niggas chill? I think that's from one of the brothers. Gosh darn it. Let me find one that I really want to see, because yeah. Orwell and Good, having to see articles like this on a regular. This is kind of what I'm talking about. So you see these articles all the time, and it's like, well, what are you trying to accomplish here? You know, I'm not, oh my God. Like, here you go. Professors claim farmers market cultivate racism. Habits of white people are normalized. Okay, God. People who practice yoga contribute to white supremacy, professor claims. Oh my gosh. Okay. Representative Richmond. Citing uncomfortable data is white privilege. Dear white people, no melanin, no opinion. You can't have an opinion if you're white anymore. Colbert, isn't there a chance for change once white people become a minority? Okay. White people will still be a plurality, though. And also, you know what? I have a problem. Here's a little known fact. You know, because the people, because this whole white people are going to be a minority by 2048 or whatever. That doesn't mean the political. You think that's going to cause a huge political shift? I don't, because there's a large, the fastest growing population is Hispanics. They've overtaken us. When I say us, black people. But a large number of Hispanics are also conservative and 30% voted for Trump, which is weird because supposedly Hispanics just hate Trump because of the wall and all this other stuff, but that's weird. How is that happening? And I'm gonna also, as the farther, the more way out that the Democrats go to left, that Overton widow. Some people say the Overton widow shift to the right. Some people say it's shift to the left. I think it's shift way to the left. I mean, I consider myself on the conservative side of things, but I'm not. I guess I'm not an absolutist about it being anti-abortion. I think. I mean, that's just one of those things. I think it should be legal. I think we've gone too far as how far you can go with that. But it should be. There's things like that where I think the Overton widows went way left. And I don't think if you listen to the Democrats now, half the Democrat presidential candidates are even, the Green New Deal socialism side of things. That's a political philosophy that's going way, way out there. Anyway, preserving my children's innocence is an act of preserving white supremacy. Oh, white people need to learn how to integrate. Motherfucker. The discourse around integration in Britain. Oh, okay. They're talking about in Britain. Is always about foreigners being more like us. But in areas like Leighton and Notting Hill, it's middle-class whites who are failing to assimilate. Motherfucker, you... Again, it's middle-class whites who are failing to assimilate. And so are Leighton and Notting Hill full of the foreigners then? What is that? The hell's that? Opinion. Can my children be friends with white people? I remember that one. Math is racist. How data is driving inequality. Math is... Get the fuck out of here. I swore, yes, Johnny Hellcat. I did swear. I feel the swear jar filling up today. Sorry, white people, but trying too hard not to be racist is low-key kind of racist. So, y'all, all of you white folks in my chat today, you're just trying too hard by listening to me. Anyway, okay, I gotta find one that I gotta talk. Trump just minutes before he suddenly became racist. My white privilege. Okay, that's him with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. Holding hands with Al Sharpton. Yeah, this is when everyone still liked him. We're gonna get back to Nipsey Hussle. Gosh, there were a lot of there. White people who were once slaves too, so we should be privileged to be free. Okay, yeah, there were white slaves in early United States, in early America, I should say, and there were a lot of black slave owners at that time. Oh, here it is. Here's the original tweet. Okay, this was, it's an interesting question. White people, what's the most outrageous thing you've gotten away with as a white person that you know damn well a black or brown person would have never gotten away with? Well, I beg to differ. I know for a fact people who've gotten away with a lot of shit. Hello, I thought I saw Hate Camel show up too. Hi, wherever you are. I know you retweeted something for me, but were you in my chat? I don't know. You were in there somewhere. I may miss you. Oh, Black Romeo, what's up? I see you here too. Awesome. Good to have you. I'm waiting for one of these damn stories, though. Not mine, but my husband once hit a man in Walmart, and when the cops came, they congratulated him. My white privilege. The guy was being threatening, and I guess the cops knew him. So it... Okay, I'm pretty sure I could get away with that. Underage drunken stone, given a warning, told to drive safe. You know what? Oh, one of my good friends did that once too, and I was in the car with him. I thought for sure we were going to jail. But and he's way darker skinned than I am. And they said we were close to where our destination. He said, go home and leave the car in the driveway. Yeah, but that was back in the 80s. Maybe cops were less racist back in the 80s, and they're more racist now because there's really no diversity in police forces now, and it's just a bunch of white guys trying to take you out. Probably the time my friend and I got caught trespassing at night. We were buzzed and exploring. The cops saw we were two petite white women and just told us to move along. Oh, so that's your white woman privilege. That's white women privilege. The white girls can get away with a lot more than anybody. Did I say that out loud? That's worth a bell. Okay, with another white woman in Boston and needed directions, she saw a cop and went up behind him and tugged on his arm to get attention. He was nice. I instantaneously thought about how it would go differently for a black person. Why? Why? Why would that go differently for a black person? Some of this shit is just your freaking imagination. If I needed directions and I saw a cop that wasn't paying attention and I would just tuck out his shirt, hey, sir, I'm sorry, excuse me. Or if I politely said, excuse me, to ask for directions, the cop will give me directions. Oh my God. What does that mean? When I'm tugged out in his arm to get his attention. So, if it was a black woman, it would have been the same thing. Guys aren't gonna tug on your shoulder or tug on your arm anyway. But I don't care who you are. A woman tugs out a man's arm to get their attention. He's gonna ask, "What do you want?" He's not gonna turn around and punch you in the face. What do you expect him to do? My God. My God, my God. Screaming at my trash-ass boss, not getting physically removed. I'm 100% white, passing half Latino. Well, then he should have dragged your ass to jail. In what was once named the whitest city in America, where the cops used to, and some still do, target POC. If I had even an ounce more melanin, I would have been in handcuffs. Bullshit. You should have heard, well, at my job, one of the dudes there, black guy, was yelling at the supervisors. They didn't even give him a reprimand. Come on. In fact, everyone's afraid of getting sued now. So they ain't doing shit. My God, there's a super chat. Hang on. Let me see what this says. Oh, Lord Bear. Another one for $2. Thank you, Lord Bear. These silly peasants are quite ungrateful. Do not force them back on my estate to work as they should, or face my blunderbuss and the obese blonde lady I have lured into my estate. Thank you, Lord Bear. I feel you, my brother. Thank you, Lord Bear, for the $2 super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, super chats down below. You can do that too. If you'd like, it's okay. Sounds oh my God. You know, fuck these people. Now this is, wow, not sure how this helps a society that feeds into a sick narrative being pushed onto us every form of racism that exists. I try to live my life to reflect the love that Jesus mercifully gives us, regardless of race, creed, or gender. That's my privilege. Free your mind. Okay, now, whether you are religious or not, the sentiment there is still applicable. Reason wanted you to talk about a Jesse Sandman tweet. Wait, what? Reason? Let me find reason here. Yeah. Anyway, so that's, you know, that's an example. There's, okay, so, another woman. Back in December, I got 2 citations in 2 days for driving with expired plates. My registration had expired in August. I didn't know because my car is registered in my dad's name. Once I updated my registration, both tickets were dropped. Didn't have to pay a dime. Guess what? Funny she should mention that. My daughter drives a car that's registered in my wife's name. And we forgot to pay the tabs. And she got 2 tickets. I paid for the registration, took the registration, and I went to court on the date that she was supposed to go. And the car's registered in my wife. It wasn't even in my wife's name. But they weren't even supposed to talk to me, but the judge still dismissed the tickets. Funny how that works for more than just white people. That's funny she mentioned that. That just happened too. I don't know how that worked. Oh no, maybe it's registered in both our names. Either way, because I wouldn't have been able to talk if it wasn't registered in both our names. But there you go. I guess I have white privilege. Anyway, there's a lot like this. Now, you know, all kinds of things about, oh, the cops are gonna shoot you. That, you know, one of the reasons that maybe, oh man, I'm opening a huge can of worms here. Maybe a reason a lot of us, and I don't mean just black people, anyone, if you have trouble with police, especially, sometimes it's just a matter of how you treat them when you talk to them. Like I said, I've been since my last speeding ticket was in 1985. Traveling between Des Moines, Iowa, and Columbia, Missouri. I remembered I was on the Missouri side of the border. And that was the ticket where I was going 82 and a 70, I believe, or maybe it was 55 then. I was going about 15 miles over the speed limit. And I remember that. I said this already for those of you who weren't here. And that was the last time I said to an officer, oh, didn't realize how fast I was going. What's the speed limit here? I made all those excuses that, you know, let me give you a hint about speeding tickets and how to get out of them. The officer knows how fast you were going, 1, and 2, any excuse you can come up with, they've already heard hundreds of times. And I don't mean just any excuse. I mean, you can say, I'm going to get my wife, she's at the hospital, or I'm doing this and doing that, blah, 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 blah. They've heard them all. So and I've been stopped since 1985. I've been stopped plenty of times for speeding, but I haven't gotten another ticket since then because my new strategy always was, hey, officer, how you doing? How's your day going? It's going fine. Do you know why I stopped you? Your license registration. Okay, I already have it ready. Here you go. Always have, if they stop you, you know they're going to ask for your license and your insurance. So just, as soon as they fucking pull you over, It's in your hand. Pull out your wallet, put it in your hand, and have it ready for them. How's it going? Here you go. They don't have to ask for it hardly. And then they ask you, do you know how fast you're going? Tell them exactly how fast you were going. And say, yes, you know. Yeah, my sentence, think of something that's whatever. My sentence is, yes, I was going 82, speed limit 70, and I was just play the odds because everyone else is going pretty fast here too. They almost always, well, in my case, I haven't got a ticket since I used that strategy. It works. And it's refreshing to them because they don't hear people tell the truth. Everyone has excuses. Nope, I have no excuse. I was just playing the odds, and I haven't gotten a ticket since. Just a thought. Now, don't start speeding on purpose because of that and try to get out, because the odds aren't always going to be in your favor, but for me, they have. I've been lucky. Maybe. And it even says I'm an African American. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Enough of this. You got the idea. We are doing everything we can to make people angry instead of make people together. And it doesn't help. It didn't start with Trump, and it didn't start with Obama. It did, I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right, let's move on. I'm going to go into Twitter trends right now because the number one trending thing is what I want to briefly talk about. Even though my caveat is I don't know a whole lot about this person, but it's been trending all morning. Whoops, wrong. Let's get the right window here. And let's do Twitter trends, everybody. Now, number one is actually April Fools. We got another super chat from Lord Bear. I wonder, is this C. Tom? That's what it is. C. Thomas, I know this is you, but that's okay. I'm going to still use Lord Bear because Lord Bear with a $2 super chat donated $2 in the Streamlabs. All these peasants excrete the racism that... Oh, wait, what's that? I should learn to read. All these peasants who excrete the racism are lucky to have me as a classy gentleman, as their lord and I treat them like peasants, as opposed to the garbage they leak out of every orifice. Thank you, Lord Bear. I think it's really C. Thomas, but that's okay. Thank you so much, C. Thomas. Lord Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. All right, into the Twitter trends for today. Number one is April Fool's Day. Let's see. Let's just do this. Leopard print koalas and Uber pogo sticks. Don't fall for any of these April Fool's pranks. I even forgot it was April Fool's, except for the fact that I don't have the keys to my truck because my daughter borrowed it this weekend to move and forgot to give them back to me when she dropped it off. So I'm waiting for the keys to my truck. But I don't think she did that intentionally. Ryan Fournette, Alexandria Cortez just said the GOP, had to amend the Constitution of the United States to make sure Roosevelt did not get reelected. No, she really said that. That sounds like an April Fool's joke, but it's not. She was referring to the 22nd Amendment, which passed in 1947. Roosevelt died in 1945. Yep, he did. Oh, I have a super chat from $2 from C. Thomas. You caught me. All in good fun for April Fool's Day. Oh, no. It is from Lord Bear. You caught me. All in good fun for April Fool's Day. Thank you, Lord Bear. All right, another $2. Thank you so much, C. Thomas. I appreciate you, brother. All right, what else? Any other good ones? Jalen Jae-yoon already dyed the sienna color before it's not considered as whatever. I don't know anything about K-pop people. April Fool's Day surprise. Replace the cream in an Oreo cookie with yourself and give your friend a fun-filled cream surprise that they will struggle to forget until the day they die. Yeah, that's but what? That's just the weirdest crap I've ever seen. The hell is that? Anyway, happy April Fool's Day, everyone. That's I wish climate change was just an April Fool's Day joke, but it's not. We're all responsible, should play together by making responsible choices. Thank you, Laurie Markkanen, or Laurie Markkanen, whoever the hell you are with your blue check mark and blah, blah, blah. Hey, by the way, did you know we're all going to die in 12 years? So, hey, let's just give up. Let's give up. It's over. It's all over, folks. Give up. All right. Okay, so number 2, and I think probably number 4, it's just there were 2 of them. Now they made it into one. Now I'm not all that familiar with this artist, but I know that he has been making a big impact in the music industry, and also just for some of his he's in the middle of making a documentary. I'm not even familiar with it, but Nipsey Hussle died yesterday. He was killed. Fans are using the hashtag RIP Nipsey Hussle to mourn the death of a rapper who was fatally shot on Saturday. Let's see if there's a story along with this. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, J. Cole said it best. To die young, a legend, or live a long life unfulfilled because you want to change the world, but you're alive. While you're alive, you never will, because they only feel you after you're gone, or I've been told. Yeah, I don't know about all that. There's a lot of legends who are still alive that have done great things and inspired a lot of people. But apparently this guy has inspired a lot of people. And, and fortunately he was killed. Of course, Tariq Nasheed is probably making they say they were trying to pull conspiracy theories off of Twitter and YouTube and all that, and then they still have Tariq Nasheed out here telling his bullshit. Well, then again, they still put Rachel Maddow on YouTube. But anyway, so Tariq Nasheed, I wonder why authorities have not released any video footage of the suspect in the Nipsey murder. Crenshaw and Slauson is one of the busiest intersections in South Central Los Angeles, and it's flooded with camera. So there's definitely footage of the suspect. Okay, so y'all remember when Jussie Smollett reported his hate crime on a Saturday? Was it Saturday? Maybe it was a Friday. It was a Friday night. Reported his hate crime, and it took about 3 to 4, maybe 5 days for them to find video footage. It took them a couple weeks, as far as the suspects and stuff. You know what? I'm pretty sure, Tariq, that whatever the police do now, also it's a different jurisdiction, but I'm pretty sure, Tariq, that they're probably going to do that. They're probably going to be releasing video footage of the suspect. Just, man, this happened yesterday, Tariq. It's kind of like when the Mueller report came out, and literally not even 12 hours, the Saturday morning, they're like, why haven't they released the report yet? Why haven't they released? Well, yeah, there's things you have to do before you put things out. It takes time to whatever they got to do, what they got to do. I'm pretty sure that the police, I'm pretty confident that the police are working on this case. I really am. Sometimes y'all just lose your damn minds. Good Lord. Good Lord. Now, they killed Dr. Sebi. He was teaching health. I'm fucking with Ross because he's teaching wealth. Dropped out of school. I'm going to teach myself. Made my first mill on my own. I don't need your help. Rest in peace. That must be, maybe that's a Nipsey Hussle lyric. I keep saying Nipsey Russell. Have you ever, hi RVA. If you're familiar with Nipsey Russell was a comedian back from the 70s. He was a funny dude. Nipsey Hussle takes his rap name as a play on that word. Speaking more on how long is this? 57 seconds. Here, let's see what this guy has to say. I don't know who this guy from Adam, but you know.
You know what I noticed? That keeping it real might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always say, you know, you make money, you leave the hood, you come back to the hood, you invest in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Put your homies on, you do everything right. Keeping it real. Well, that's exactly what Nipsey did. Nipsey went, he left the hood, came back. He didn't build a store in Beverly Hills in Malibu or anything like that. He built a store in his hood and kept it real, had his niggas around, had his peoples around. And guess what? Keeping it real got him. This is crazy. I bet it was somebody who looked just like him who did it. This guy played the game right. He did everything right. There was nothing. You never heard of him snitching. You never heard of him being a sucker. You never heard of him doing no bullshit. He played the game right. And where is he at? Keeping it real. I think that we was growing up, and I think keeping it real was actually keeping it wrong. Rest in peace, Nipsey.
You know, that's one thing. This guy, I mean, he got rich and famous. I don't, you know, famous to me, I mean being older than most people who listen to what Nipsey Hussle. But I do know that he spent his money where he was from. He opened a store there. He had, you know, was trying to do things for the community that he's from. And, but he was, you know, he's part of that Crips Blood thing going on in California. And, you know, half the people are saying, oh, somebody killed him because he was making this documentary. I don't know enough. I'm going to learn more in the next couple of days and try to be more informative on this. But most people think that this was a gang related shooting. He got shot right outside of one of his stores. And, okay. And this must be the Dr. Seppi or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't. But, yeah, there's a lot of people mourning the death of Nipsey Hussle. A lot of the Hotep guys are really into him because he actually practices their philosophy as far as, you know what, instead of complaining about what everyone else is doing to you, why not build your own business, bring your own following, bring your own customers? If you're worried about helping people that look like you, then go build a business around people that look like you. And if, you know, like a lot of the other ethnicities do. In fact, a lot of other ethnicities go and build businesses in the black community because the black people aren't doing it. So, you know, he lived that, either Hotep philosophy, I don't know if you want to say that, or even, you know, even regardless of my issues with the Nation of Islam and the Farrakhan's and all them, that is also their philosophy. It's like, don't worry about what other people are doing to you. Let's do something for ourselves. And that's what a lot of communities do. He lived that life. And that's why a lot of the Hoteps are really, we're really fond of this guy. And so you'll see a lot of them, mourning him today. There'll be a lot of people. He was a well-respected person. All right, enough about Nipsey Hussle. What's number 3 today? Monday morning. Okay, that's the first Monday one, so we'll do that one. Top of the Monday morning. Oh, how did AOC graduate high school? Better yet, why did people vote for someone so stupid? Yeah, this is that thing about FDR. This is, let's see, how long is this? Well, yeah, we'll listen to this. This is, I laughed. I could not believe I heard her say this, but listen to this.
When our party was boldest, the time of the New Deal, the Great Society, the Civil Rights Act, and so on, we had and carried supermajorities in the House, in the Senate. We carried the presidency. They had to amend the Constitution of the United States to make sure Roosevelt did not get reelected.
No, wait. Now, what's funny about this, y'all heard that she said they had to amend the Constitution to make sure Roosevelt didn't get reelected. I'm looking at this audience waiting for someone to shake their head like, what? Say what? What did she say?
And there were so many extraordinary things that were happening in that time that were uniting working people. When our party
it was called a war, you moron. the Germans and the Japanese and the Italians trying to take over the world. That's what was uniting people, you flipping idiot. The amendment to limit the number of terms for the President of the United States wasn't passed until 1947. Roosevelt died in 1945. So he wasn't getting reelected either way. God. Oh, you know, oh. Corbin, you got to go? Oh, all right, man. Thank you so much. Again, thank you, Corbin C. Thomas, for the super chats. Disguised as Lord Bear. Ha ha. Thank you, sir. We'll see you later. All right. Monday morning, I don't know what that is. Pashi Queen official taking a shot there. Happy Monday morning. Happy first day of April. Yes, welcome. It's Monday morning on first day of April. Never confuse people who are always around you with people who were always there for you. Wow, that's a good Monday morning quote, and that's going to be our quote of the day for Monday morning. Never confuse people who are always around you with people who are always there for you. All right, so we're enough of the Monday stuff. Let's move on. Moving on to John Oliver. Yeah, John Oliver's blowing up on Twitter today. You know, when they run out of things to say, you know, because John Oliver pretty much dedicated his show for the last 2 years to Donald Trump. But today, since they had to kind of change the subject, John Oliver decided to tweet about the WWE. And it's weird because he's talking, apparently they're, and I don't disagree with him on this, actually. I mean, all the wrestlers are considered independent contractors, and yet they're really employees. But anyway, so a lot of people, he said something disparaging to Roman Reigns, so that's why all the wrestling fans are yelling at him. But here, let's see if we can pull some of this out.
The extent to which, the shocking thing about McMahon and his company is the extent to which he shielded himself from responsibility for his wrestlers' welfare. And the main way that he's done this is actually pretty simple, because while you might reasonably think that the wrestlers employed by him are his employees, they're actually not. They're merely independent contractors. Which, as former wrestler Jesse Ventura pointed out on Howard Stern, is just insane.
How are they self-employed when you're signed exclusively?
Right.
You can't work for nobody else.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing, man. If they can only wrestle for one company as an independent contractor, it's just a shitty way to make them not have to pay both health insurance, FICA, taxes. I did not know that about the WWE. So that's an interesting point they're making here.
Tell you when and where you'll work. They tell you who you'll work. They can totally control your life.
And you're an independent contractor.
And yet they call you an independent contractor. How has the government allowed them to get away with that for 35 to 40 years?
I would say because no one's ever brought it up. And so it's an interesting plight. That's a weird thing. I did not even know that. I've never followed that. Let's see what John Oliver said about it, though.
Yeah, he's got a point there. An independent contractor is someone that you might hire for a specific limited task, like a plumber or an accountant. Wrestlers aren't either of those things, apart from this wrestling plumber and this wrestling accountant. But the vast majority are totally different. And as independent contractors, wrestlers are exempt from most discrimination and occupational safety laws. They also don't get paid annual leave, pensions, or health insurance.
Yeah, they're really, those guys are really hung out to dry, especially when they get injured. A lot of wrestlers die young because they work through they work through injuries and things like that. But their bodies are just destroyed from all the shit they do. It's a very extreme extreme physical, obviously a very extreme physical occupation.
And I would argue that when you look at the Department of Labour and the IRS's specific criteria for independent contractors, it's a complete joke to think that they apply to Vince's wrestlers. For instance, the IRS states that independent contractors should be free to work when and for whom they choose. Well, Vince's wrestlers sign exclusive contracts, so that's complete bullshit.
Yep.
The guidelines also say
That's
that someone's
true.
probably not an independent contractor if the success or continuation of a business depends to an appreciable degree on the services they provide. Now, I guess the question there is, are wrestlers essential to world wrestling entertainment? It's a good question.
He's making a great point here. I'm not fond of John Oliver, but he's making a very good point here. And I think that's absolutely an industry that needs to be looked into as far as that goes. And I'm sure that if something happens, there's going to be, I wouldn't be shocked to see lawsuits coming out. Everyone, thinks of Jesse Ventura as a joke, but Jesse Ventura actually is a fairly smart dude. Yeah, he's into conspiracy theories and stuff, but his criticism of the whole wrestling world is spot on. There wouldn't be no WWE without their stable of wrestlers, and they absolutely schedule when and where they go and what their scripts are and who they're going to be and when they're going to be good guys and bad guys. It's crazy. So John Oliver, got people talking about wrestling today, but he said something about Roman Reigns. The funniest, I wish I could find it because it was actually very funny. Although people were kind of pissed. He did tell kind of a shitty joke about Roman Reigns, something about him looking like a pedophile on a jog or after a shower or something. I don't know. It was dumb, but whatever. That's what got people talking. But now they're actually talking about the substance of what he was saying. So, all right, enough of that. I got to get through these a little quicker. How am I doing for time? Not too bad. I'm almost at that 20-minute mark. All right, more Twitter trends. I'm sorry, I'm not really paying attention to the chat. I see people chuckling about AOC, fans of wrestling. Yeah, I was a wrestling fan. I loved wrestling in the 90s. Just it was soap opera for guys, It was my soap opera. Yeah, men's soccer. Well, you're talking about the Olympic soccer, not professional soccer. Professional soccer is very similar to any other professional sport where they get paid when they're on injured reserve. But the men's soccer program, like when they, the Olympic guys they don't get paid, or the World Cup guys don't get paid if they don't play. That's absolutely true. Versus the women who have guaranteed contracts. Obviously, they make less because they bring in way less money, but whatever. That's kind of how entertainment and sports works. Although, if you ask them, they don't believe that. Anyway, 2020 census. This is number 7 trending. I just changed the subject really quick. Census Day is April 1st. To celebrate and mark 1 year from the 2020 census, we're holding a special event to talk about what the census is, when it's coming, and why partners are important to the effort. Watch the live stream. Oh, wow. U.S. Census is going to have a live stream. I can't wait. Man, I cannot wait. I want to. Oh, good God. Who cares? This is trending? Why is this Let me see. I want to find somebody talking about the census that's not working for the census. That happy Census Day of Action. Fair count 1 year from our telling the story of Georgia's residents. So that's Stacey Abrams. Fucking hell. It's got to be. Just something else. Everyone's got to bitch about everything. Everyone's gonna be bitching about everything. If Cassie Davis. If we don't get counted and we keep that cycle of disempowerment going, we don't just talk about the census as a means to get counted, but as a tool to empower our communities. Call to action. Texas counts. Here, Can you believe that the radical left Democrats want to do our new and very important census report without the all-important citizenship question? Report would be meaningless and a waste of the billions that it costs to put together. Okay, and I'm not sure why. Well, the citizenship question, I kind of get it, of course, but are people ever going to answer that truthfully anyway? And then Dick Brown says, here, Donald Trump shines in on the 2020 census, equating opposition to the citizenship question to being part of the radical left. Even though nonpartisan demographers, Census Bureau officials, moderates, and even some Republicans say it will cause an undercount. Yeah, I can. That's kind of the point I was making there. By the way, no longer is Russia's fault. No, it's the census fault. Democrats lost. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, Black Romy. You know what? That's a good point about Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit had so many head injuries, he would constantly forget who his family was. He eventually killed them, and then himself. They never looked into it. It's now he's WWE's dirty secret. Yeah, he had so many concussions that it messed him up. There's a lot. I mean, there's so many wrestlers. Wrestlers die young. You hear it all the time if you follow the what's the word? I'm not gonna say the sport, the entertainment, the whatever it is, that line of entertainment. All right. Yeah, people are gonna be bitching about the census. That shocks me that it's trending. But apparently it's very important to some people. It's a privilege to lead the Massachusetts Complete Count Committee. The 2020 census poses big challenges, but together, with strong leadership from Secretary of Mass and other elected leaders, we can do this. We can do this. My mother worked for the Census Bureau. My birth mother, she worked there for 30 years, and she just retired from there. So she had to go out and do interviews and surveys and all kinds of things for the Census Bureau. And that was it was interesting learning about what she did for a living when I met her. Okay, let's see. No. I don't want Dusty Smith. What am I doing? Here we go. Go this way. There you go. Sean Taylor, probably something have to do with football. Happy birthday to Sean Taylor, who would have turned 36. Oh, that's right. He died. Yeah. Okay. Well, rest in peace, Sean Taylor. Soap. I don't know what that means. S-O or sope. Sope? What is sope? When Sope changed his layout 2 seconds. What? Is sope something to do with, yeah, it's something to do with K-pop. I don't care. Gosh. The K-pops. It must be that time of the day when I do this. Impossible Whopper. Oh, did you hear about this? They're going to make a no-meat Whopper with that vegetarian Impossible Burger thing, which actually I had that one time. Not the Whopper, but the Impossible Burger, and it was actually pretty damn good. I was shocked. I just tried it just for the hell of it. But Burger King is banking on vegetarian Whoppers in a new business move. Burger King launches its vegetarian Impossible Whopper. The fast food chain is exploring a vegetarian burger option in collaboration with Impossible Foods. The first Impossible Whoppers are being tested out in St. Louis, Missouri. So if you're a vegetarian, you can head to Burger King now and not, well, I don't know. So people are talking about the Impossible Whopper. Dare Revel. Burger King announces it will have a plant-based Whopper for the first time. The Impossible Whopper made with the plant-based Impossible Burger will be tested in 59 St. Louis restaurants starting today. This is not an April Fool's joke. Okay. No, those Impossible Burgers are actually decent, and I'm not even I am absolutely a carnivore, but those are actually pretty the Impossible Burgers are actually pretty tasty. So surprising. It doesn't have beef. It's not a burger. Okay, well, have you ever heard of a chicken burger or a turkey burger? Oh, we are going to have a fight about burgers. It's almost like asking, is cereal soup? Which Lady Boomer agrees with the ranting monkey. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all argue about what burgers are burgers in the chat, and I'm going to move on to the next. I'm going to move on to the next one. Ogba, never heard of him. Raiders trade for Browns defensive end Emmanuel Ogba. Okay. Apparently they need a pass rush, and Ogba is pretty good at that stuff. Sid Finch. Oh, yeah, this is one of the greatest April Fool's jokes of all time when Sports Illustrated wrote, George Plimpton wrote an article about this pitcher that they found named Sid Finch. It was a great article, The Curious Case of Sid Finch, back in 85, about this just phenomenal pitcher. And that article, I'll even link that article in the chat because that was that was really good. Here we go. If you want to hear about the story, it's one of the great April Fool's pranks of all time. Because everyone was looking for, like, wait, who's this guy? Sid Finch, we never heard of him. And people were actually trying to find out who he was. And, it took some time for them to figure that one out. So that was a good one. All right, Sid Finch. Clint Frazier, who's that? Clint Frazier is someone who plays, okay, apparently he's going to be playing for the Yankees. They pulled him up. Trisha Newbold, who is that? News, White House whistleblower Trisha Newbold became the highest-ranking Trump official to sit down with Congress for a tell-all about the White House security clearance process. Here's what she told House Oversight, whatever. Oh, so all the people are excited about Trisha Yearbold because Trisha Yearbold, a longtime White House security advisor, told House Oversight Committee she and her colleagues issued dozens of denials for security clearance applications that were later approved despite concerns about blackmail, foreign influence, and other red flags. Okay. I'm pretty sure that happens in every White House, that they have dozens of denials, and eventually some are overturned and some aren't. Okay. It's a Washington Post story, so I can't read it. Sorry, guys. I would get in there. This Laura Walker, who used to be, well, she claims to be a conservative still, but she is rabidly anti-Trump, which is okay. She's more than entitled to be, but it's kind of funny because she and I still interact a little bit, but she is, anytime she can latch on to something that's bad about Trump, that she does. Sometimes she's painfully incorrect, and sometimes she has at least a hint of correctness to her. Newbold, an 18-year veteran of the security clearance process who has served under both Republican and Democrat presidents, said she warned superiors clearances were not always adjudicated in the best interest of national security and was retaliated against for doing so. White House officials whose security clearances are being scrutinized by the House Oversight Committee include the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, her husband, Jared Kushner, and National Security Advisor John Bolton, according to the panel's letter. The committee has given the White House every possible opportunity to cooperate with this investigation, but you have declined, Cummings wrote in a Monday letter to the White House counsel, Pat Cipollone, or something like that. Yeah, this is a letter from Elijah Cummings. And so that's what she's quoting here. And Elijah Cummings pretty much has one goal in these next 2 years in place of any other thing that he could be doing, and that's for an impeachment. And so that's what he's trying to do. And so he's going to be on this one for a while. And you know what? If he's correct and there's something wrong, fine. That's what he should be doing. But, obviously, the Russia thing didn't work out, so they're going to work on anything else that they can find. And I don't know. I'm wondering, a lot of people criticize for the security clearance of Jared Kushner, and he had to do some things to make himself, what's the word? I don't know, eligible for a security clearance, but they are really focusing on him. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But apparently that's enough to get her trending today. So we'll be hearing about Trisha Newbold. Probably not a ton. Oh, so you might hear about this today. Saudi company Aramco is now the surpassed Apple as the most profitable country in the world, mainly because oil prices have gone up a little bit, so that's kind of where they were. According to first official glimpse of the finances of the world's leading oil producer, it generated a net income of $111 billion last year, surpassing giants like Apple, Exxon, etc. Good God. Yeah, and you wonder why the Saudis have so much influence around the world. Good Lord. Yeah, country or company. No, one company. Saudi Aramco. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, look at here's their 2018 profits were equal to the combined total of Apple, Google, and Exxon. God. That's nuts. Well, that's because they're basically a one family company, and they produce more oil than, well, not more than we do, but they produce the most oil outside of a couple other countries, and there's a strictly one company producing all that oil. So yeah, that doesn't shock me at all. Stephanie Carter, cabinet official's wife, says media misinterpreted viral photo of, oh gosh, who's this? Medium. Stephanie Carter says folks using those images of her and then VP Biden are wrong. Oh, are we going to get a nice full court press on Biden? That was the other one. Joe Biden. A woman wrote an article about Joe Biden, about how he came up behind her, held her shoulder, sniffed her hair, kissed her on the back of the head, feeling it was inappropriate. So this is, and so half of the people are, this was a shot across the bow at Joe Biden, because the woman is a Bernie supporter, but I don't think she did. It wasn't because of that, but oh yeah, there you go, PRP, creepy Joe, Uncle Joe. A lot of people use this photo of Stephanie Carter, which is right here. In a Medium post, Stephanie Carter says this viral screenshot capturing a moment between her and Joe Biden wasn't a Me Too. A still shot taken from a video misleading extracted from what was a longer moment between close friends. Yeah, okay. All right, that's fine. Somewhere down, I'm sure somewhere down in here. Oh, let's see. I saw the name Krasenstein. Oh, see now. Okay, here's Ed Krasenstein. Her name is Stephanie Carter, and for years the right has used this photo to depict Biden as a creep. This week she set the record straight. Okay, Ed. How about this? How about this?
Sweeping the entertainment industry, the media, and Washington, D.C.
Oh, no, I don't want, that's Paul Joseph Watson's video is too long. How about all the rest of these? Here, let's find another. Let's find. Yeah, I don't care about Trump. We're not talking about Trump. We're talking about. What's his name? What the hell's his name? Joe something. Joe, the former vice president something. Golly, let's if you're not familiar with the saga of Creepy Joe, let me entertain you, okay? Creepy. Oops, here we go. Creepy Joe Biden. Creepy Joe Biden. Creepy Joe Biden. Click. And let's check out a creepy Uncle Joe video. Short one. We need a short one. How's this one? 3:53. Okay, this one will work. This is I can't believe there are people who haven't seen these videos. Here, bang. Here we go. Creepy Joe. It's just weird. It's just
Guys. No dates or boys till you're 30 years old.
It's just
wrap it up, Jacob. I got 4 granddaughters, beautiful granddaughters like you guys, and guess what? The granddaughter guys look at the family meeting. I said, anything this time around you don't want to do? And my oldest is the Attorney General above, who you know.
Still touching.
Okay.
All right, here's
Watch
Creepy
out,
Joe.
that guy following you.
Oh, he's got his hands on one of the girls. Now he's touching her hair.
You guys, you got a hard job.
Oh, there he goes, sniffing the hair again. Holding their shoulders. Creepy Joe, pushing her hair back. Come on.
Dad's gonna stand pretty close.
I'm just gonna revel in 5 minutes of Creepy Joe.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Is it in your way?
Say something weird, Joe.
We're going to exit out this way.
Rubbing her hair again.
One photo right now, and then we're
Got his arms on another girl's shoulder. I mean, it's not, and I get it. You know, maybe it's just a weird grandpa thing. I don't know. But nowadays, you'd think that the Me Too people would be all over this.
Do you remember what I told you? No, not smile. No dates till you're 30. You should be proud of me.
Oh, we're not going to date Creepy Joe, that's for sure.
Thank you. Maggie, do you want to come over here?
Now, this is the one. This is the classic one. This girl wants nothing to do with it. Watch. He grabs her arm, pulls her closer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Too close, Joe. Too close. Even Mom's. Watch Mom. Mom's even creeped out about this. She's like, what
nice
the
to
fuck
see
was
you
that?
guys. Over here, okay?
which way?
Come on, Jill and Nan, you get on this side. I'll be darned. What a beautiful family. Well, you got to be very patient. Fathers are hard to raise.
Rubbing her hair. Is that rubbing the boy's hair?
Yeah.
He's just weird.
So nice to meet you. How are you?
He's rubbing her hand. Oh, put her in front of me.
No, you can stand up. That's okay. You got it? Okay. Well, we left everybody. Congratulations. And girls, remember, no dates till you're 30 years old.
Yeah, good. You know, I don't know you. Why are you touching me?
You got it? Okay.
So, Ed Krasenstein, Okay, I can't even.
What's her name? Well, turn around here. We'll get a good picture. Mom, I don't want to block you. Okay?
Yep, always pull the young girl in front of me. I'm going to stroke her hair, touch her face. Got my hand on her waist. Pretty high up on her waist there, Creepy Joe.
It was wonderful. My mom loved it.
Oh, yeah, I bet it was wonderful. Too close, Joe, too close. Let me go. That little girl's pulling away. Don't touch me. Oh, denied. Don't touch my face. He's got a hold of this girl's hand like, get back over here. Get the back.
Take care of the
The girl's like, what the fuck is going on here? He's got a
secretary.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. Any questions, Ed? Any questions? Good freaking Lord. Has none of these people, and it's funny because so many people are defending him right now. Okay, that one wasn't it, but damn, there's Creepy Joe videos all over YouTube. You know what? I swear to God. But now I think has Joe ruled out running? I think he has, because I think he knows how many of those videos there are. And that's just like, there's 20 or 30 of those videos on YouTube of just compilations of Creepy Joe. And if he were the nominee, and I don't, they can say all they want about Trump and, grab mud, pussy, all blah, blah, blah. But that would be my campaign ad. It's Creepy Joe. It's just weird. just really, really weird. Now, was that the? Now I'm okay. Now the trending was there a? Why did I even bring that one up? Was there a Creepy Joe trending or something? Sane Sashi. Oh, the gal that says it's not her. That's a whole different picture. Whew. Anyway, Discover Weekly, April. All right, enough of this. Radical Left Democrats, House Judiciary Committee. Here, let's see what the House Judiciary Committee is doing. House panel to vote Wednesday on authorizing subpoena for Mueller report. Y'all. Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead. They are already preparing it for release. In fact, what's his name? That's the attorney. Barr has already sent you a letter. Here's what I'm reading right now, by the way. I didn't put it up here. Attorney General Barr has already sent you a letter that the report will be out early to mid-April, that Mueller himself is helping with the appropriate redactions. Now, if that comes out and you are not satisfied with the appropriate redactions, you can come back and then authorize your subpoena for whatever the hell you want. You are grandstanding. That's all you're doing right now. I don't think they issued the Starr report immediately after it was presented to whoever they presented it to. Okay, they're all talking about, oh, they put out the whole Starr report. Buh. Everyone wants to see this. Everyone on both sides of the aisle, everyone in the media, everyone wants to see it. It will come out. It'll come out. They're just, who's House Judiciary? I can't remember. Chairman Gerald Nadler, of course. The House Judiciary Committee plans to vote on Wednesday on authorizing a subpoena for Special Counsel Robert Mueller's full report as well as underlying evidence. Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler said in a statement Monday that he has scheduled a markup Wednesday at 9 a.m. for the committee to vote on authorizing subpoenas for the report. Attorney General William Barr told Congress on Friday that he plans to have a public version of the report ready to send to Congress and release publicly by mid-April or sooner, but after a Tuesday deadline that Democrats have demanded. Demand it! We demand. In a statement, Nadler noted that In a statement, Nadler noted what he said was Barr's first refusal to provide Mueller's report in full to Congress without redactions. He can't provide it to Congress without redactions because there is likely classified information within the report that most people in Congress do not have security clearance for. So he can't do that. That would be against the law. Also, anything in the report that would disclose anything that has to do with the grand jury involved would also be against the law. Gerald Nadler, by trade, is an attorney. He knows better. This is grandstanding. Okay, now if there's something insufficient about how the report is released, once it's released, then he can go back and say, hey, we want to see why those redactions were redactions. And they can ask Robert Mueller why they did it, since Robert Mueller is the one who is working on the redactions with the Justice Department. Blah, 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 you bloviating fools. All right. You know what? Is there anything else? There's an issue. U.S. Airlines faces a systems issue, flight delays. They're going to have some flight delays. Let's see here. Let me see. Let me let you know about this. This is important if you're flying anywhere in the next day or so. U.S. Airlines start to recover from flight data interruptions. U.S. Airlines started returning to full service early Monday after a disruption of data they needed for takeoff, causing delays across the country. The intermittent problems lasted about 2 hours, according to American Airlines Group, Inc., which experienced delays at some of its regional affiliates. Delta Airlines, Southwest Airlines, and United Continental Holdings, Inc. were also affected. The Federal Aviation Committee said the outages had been resolved. So you can resume if you're flying anywhere soon. A lot of these flights will be resuming. That's good news for people who are traveling right now. All right. Anything else? Keebler sells. Keebler's been sold. Oh, Kellogg's to sell Keebler, other brands, to Ferrero for $1.3 billion. Man, the cookie business is lit. I can't believe I just said that. Oh, Debbie Reynolds. Why is Debbie Reynolds trending? Happy birthday to legendary actress, dancer, and singer Debbie Reynolds, who would have been 87 today. Also known for her famous daughter, Carrie Fisher. That's Carrie Fisher right there as a baby. Okay. Debbie Reynolds was what was that? This was a great movie. I can't remember what it was called, but that was with what is it? Donald O'Connor, I think his name is. She was a good actress. Let's see. Debbie Reynolds and Donald O'Connor performing Where Did You Learn to Dance in the I Love Melvin movie, directed by Don Weiss and whatever. So
I seem to flip when you trip.
I'll probably get in trouble for that little bit of music there, but Debbie Reynolds was cute when she was young. Actually, she was cute her whole life. She was a good actress. All right, enough Debbie Reynolds. Anything else? Census Day and Marchuk. All right, that's it for Twitter trends. I had a couple articles that I was going to do. Who knows? Maybe could I do one? I want one that has nothing to do with anything that we care about. Oh, here we go. This is the feel-good story of the day. Well, you can decide if it's the feel-good story of the day, but this is how we're going to finish. Remember, how long ago was this? Let me think about this. Can y'all hear? I'm okay. Everything good? My sound's good? Okay. Remember the dude that, it was a Florida man, by the way. A Florida man was in a McDonald's, and he decided to get little annoyed because of a straw. He apparently didn't get a straw, and he decided to take it out with one of the workers there, and that worker, she decided just to beat the crap out of him, and he deserved every second of it because he made the mistake of grabbing her, and she punched the shit out of him. It was hilarious! Well, that gentleman, there we go, says, the man who attacked a McDonald's worker said, I was a drunken idiot. St. Petersburg, Florida. What millions have seen around the world is all just a blurry patch of memories to Daniel Taylor. He's the man in a viral video from January when he got into a physical confrontation with a McDonald's employee over a straw. Asked Wednesday his takeaway when looking back at the incident, he laughed and said, I was a drunken idiot. Yes, you were, sir. The incident happened December 31st at the restaurant located at 4595 34th Street South. The video itself went viral a few days later. Taylor said he had been celebrating his 40th birthday all day and all night at the resort next door when he wanted to get some food. He remembers placing the order, then going to fill his drink and grab a straw, but he couldn't find any. From the story and everybody telling me is when I was asking for a straw and I just remember requesting something and she looked at me and she was like, no, not for somebody like you or not for you. I know she made it personal, Taylor said. Witnesses say things got heated quickly, and that's when another customer pulled out her phone and started recording as Taylor grabbed the worker who fought back and beat the piss out of him. It was funny as hell. I don't remember much after that. I would say probably because of the alcohol, he said. I remember her hitting me repeatedly in the head. And that, of course, the whole time I was thinking, that doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt. Taylor said he did not remember grabbing the woman, Yasmin James. Works had to forcibly remove him from the business, and police later arrested him on 2 counts of simple battery. He served 56 days in jail. It was a crime that had been recorded for all time, but remains a blank moment in time for him. No, I don't want to either, he said when asked if he had watched the video, adding, it was mostly from sheer embarrassment. So there you go. The McDonald's dude did spend his 56 days in jail. He admits he was a drunken idiot. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the feel-good story of the day. Don't drink and then fill your drink at McDonald's. You might end up getting your ass kicked. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, that's going to be it for today. I know there's so many more things to cover, but that's all I got. I'm out of time. I got to go. But, you know, it's been fun being here as always. I thank you so much. Thank you for C. Thomas, a.k.a. Corbin, in the Super Chats, a.k.a. Lord Bear. April Fool's Day. And you know what? As you know, we are here daily, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT. What? Oh, at least he wasn't trying to defend what he did. Yeah, you know, there is no defending that, and I'm glad that girl beat his ass. Good point, Black Romeo. So, yeah, so that's the end of the stream today. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't shared already or haven't already hit the like buttons, make sure you do that on the way out. Also, we always, since we're not monetized, we do super chats and donations through Streamlabs, which is in the description down below. And if you want to add comments that you want to make sure get read either today or even tomorrow, you know, if you put it overnight, I'll do it tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. I am very happy that you joined me today. Nice having a nice big crowd of people today. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is P-Dog Knight, and I am out of here. Bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and I want to thank you for joining me today on the P-Dog Knight channel. Before you go, if you like what you saw and you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. A special thanks to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through our Streamlabs link in the description below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.